Maybe as the skies are white, Tom Sawyer.
All right, we're not talking Tom Sawyer, but we are celebrating Rush. Get ready for the Rush Fest. It's returning to Henderson Brewing for its third year in a row. It takes place this Saturday. So fans of the iconic Canadian band will come from all over for a celebration with a brew. Just for Rush fans, Rush Tattoo Studios, a chance to see some amazing memorabilia. Of course, the iconic Canadian prog rocker Steve Himel from Henderson Brewing and Ivar Hamilton from CFNY Radio. Legendary days back there. Joining us live to talk more about this morning. Gentlemen, good to see you. So Steve, I'll pick it up with you. Rush Fest, where did this come about? What was the idea here? Like, let's celebrate Rush.
Well, when we started making the beer with Rush, the Canadian Golden Ale, it was one of the first things we talked about. I think the band suggested it to us. They said, we have this great brewery where we're making the beer. Why don't we have a celebration of Rush? And it all sort of flowed from there. Yeah. And this is our third year, and it's been a huge success.
And I took a look at the lineup and the sort of calendar of the day's events. Ivar, there is so much going on. You're really central to this. You're DJing, talking about the band. What is it you love about Rush? Why do you continue to get involved in things like this? I
was a fan since day one. I grew up with them. They played my senior public school at Woodlands in Mississauga in 1972, and I stuck with them since that time. When my days at CFNY, I was the guy who accepted the Permanent Waves record that Neil Peart dropped off to the radio station that had the Spirit of Radio on it and said, we made this for you. So I certainly became a lifer from that. And then when I moved on to Universal Music, that I was there for 35 years, I was involved in the reissues of many of the projects and helped promote tours. So now I'm semi-retired, but I will always help Rush. It's a lifelong commitment.
Ivar, did Rush get enough credit for what they did to the not only Canadian music scene, but the global music scene?
They have in recent years. I think it took longer than they had hoped for, but I mean, Rush are huge in America. They ended up being huge in Europe, and then when they ended up going to Rio to play down there, which was it took forever to get that to happen. I mean, they played in front of like 100,000 people down there. So there is credibility all over the world. You'll see fans coming to Rush Fest from Scotland, from South America, from Japan, you name it. They come to these events in droves, and they have a magnificent following in America. They've always been, as a matter of fact, I think they might have been even bigger in the U.S. than they were in Canada at certain points. So
Pretty remarkable.
Have that credibility.
So Steve, let's talk about how Rush Fest has changed over only 3 years, but it's grown, it's changed. How do you sort of keep up and keep it new and special each year?
Well, I think the first thing we learned is that let's throw this party and see who comes. And in that first year, we sort of began to appreciate who the fans were and what they wanted to do. And so we have modified the event each year. So, for example, we thought, how are we going to fill the day 3 years ago? We thought, let's have some Rush karaoke. That would be fun. And it turns out that it was fantastic, that the fans loved it, that even though Rush and karaoke may not sound like the right fit, boy, it was fantastic. So we've continued that. And then last year we noticed that a lot of the people who were showing up had these very elaborate Rush tattoos. So last year we had our first Rush tattoo contest, and that's led to us having a live tattoo artist on hand this year to ink your favorite Rush image right on your body at the show. Pretty remarkable.
And these collectibles, Ivar, are these yours?
No,
the records and the beer
some of them I have in my collection. Certainly a lot of these passes, but we've got some various brews there. We've got one here that's actually one of the heavier brews. I think this is a 12%er, right?
Yeah, that's
Steve?
right.
But this is signed by the band, and that's going to be raffled off.
These are we brought these as examples of some of the ephemera that we're going to have to show off. If you're a Rush fan, you can look deep into their sort of history by coming to the brewery. We're going to have the whole stage set up. You can take your pictures standing on the carpet that they stood on, or in front of Getty's amps, or whatever. And then anybody who shows up, they get a raffle ticket, and they can win one of these cool signed prizes, like this signed bottle of beer or a record.
Okay, coming up this Saturday, Henderson Brewing. Great to see both of you again this morning.
Very much.
Thanks for the time. Good luck with the festival this year.
Thank you.
Take care. All right.